Who would have ever guessed that Charlie Chase has been in the business 40 years, when in fact it's been more like 45 or 46 or 47 or 48 years? But who's counting? But the truth is, Charlie Chase has seen it all. Born in Rogersville, Tennessee, Charlie began his career before he could even drive. Yep, at the young age of 13, our young Mr. Chase took a part-time job at WRGS. So the old adage, what goes around comes around, fits perfectly for our now not-so-young Mr. Chase. Here we are, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, something years later. He is still on WRGS with the syndicated Crook and Chase Country Countdown radio show. So, in a way, he's never left the station where his career actually began. And there are lots of young girls still at the roller rink in Rogersville that get a quick chill when they just hear the name Charlie Chase. Charlie left town for the big time and left a lot of broken hearts behind. You go to Rogersville today and just name the name Charlie Chase and those girls' hearts just tingle. One old girlfriend runs the roller rink, one's a hog farmer, one's a clerk out at the Dollar General store, and a couple of his old girlfriends are long-distance tractor-trailer truck drivers. But, you know, the feeling is still warm, and even they can't believe Charlie is as old as he truly is. Charlie will tell you he always dreamed of working at WSM in Nashville, and he finally got that chance in the late 70s and early 80s. Now, the path to WSM saw him at a lot of places along the way, like in Kingsport and over at WKG in Knoxville, WMAK in Nashville. And then he joined WSM, where he replaced another of tonight's inductees, Mr. Pat Sajak. It was through his stint at WSM and then doing music reports for WSM television, plus hosting the long-running midday magazine show, that Charlie caught the eye of veteran producer Jim Owens. In 1983, he began hosting This Week in Country Music. This led to his co-hosting the long-running TV show Crook and Chase, along with Lorianne Crook.
You have been outdone on the hair deal.
Oh, I thought I had big hair a couple of years ago. Take a look at this in the audience tonight.
That obviously...
Radio, television, film, Dollar General store grand openings. He was the total package.
And you'll have a mule.
And then what's a donkey? I'm lost.
He's the ass.
Oh.
He's the ass. You know, what Jesus rode was an ass.
Okay. How do you know this? And an ass and a donkey are the same thing.
Yep.
See what good. Coming in here, you didn't know your ass Mahoney around. And you're walking away so much better.
Thanks to Mel Tillis.
I didn't believe you said that.
Soon, Charlie was heard from coast to coast and around the world on the Armed Forces Radio Network. And Charlie Chase, who's never had a bad hair day, hosted Funny Business with Charlie Chase. Yeah, punking and pulling pranks on numerous celebrities and showcasing his comedy skills. We wanted to make sure Charlie was inducted into the Hall of Fame while he could still walk up to the stage. So let's give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, the man with the best hair in the room, our latest inductee into the Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame, Charlie Chase.
Wanted me to formally do this so people know it really happened. Let us induct one of the greatest guys in our industry and a true friend of mine, Charlie Chase.
Well, I see it was a mistake letting John Young do the voiceover for the thing. I had some notes written, but good God, I've been sitting here listening to most of these people that I've worked with over the years. And just made notes and scratched out a bunch of things, but the one thing I did notice that kind of qualifies me, because I didn't realize that I might be ready for this Hall of Fame thing until I noticed that so many of my career pictures are black and white. And then he started mentioning George Mooney. I worked with George Mooney, for George Mooney in Knoxville, and guess when I saw the Ball Navy, I was part of the Ball Navy. We'd go down there around 9:30, get on the boat, drink our way to the stadium, because if you were with George Mooney on his boat, you had to have a shooter or two. So you get to the game, 11 o'clock kickoff, you're hammered. You throw up at halftime, you're good to go for the second half, and the boat trip home with George Mooney. That's the way you partied with George Mooney up in Knoxville. Cowley McLeod. And I got stories on him too. The thing, Dan McDaniel, oh, there's Dan. I walked in tonight, Dan said he remembered something that I forgot about. At the stations where I worked, WRGS Rogersville was 1370, then WKIA Kingsport was 1320, WKGN Knoxville was 1340, and the WMAK Nashville was 1300. And he said until you got to WSM, you were nothing but low-powered and directional, Charlie. You're right, Dan. You're right. But let me get back to Ted. Ted, where'd you go? I'm over here. Are you over here? One of the most important things, and this has been alluded to tonight, one of the most important things that you can give someone is an opportunity. Ted Johnson did that for me, which became a very important step in my career back in 1976. Al Vex is here tonight too, and I know Ted had to sell Mr. Vex on me. Thank you for selling me to Mr. Vex, and Al, thank you for buying in on what became a 10-year job at WSM, which was very educational and a lot of fun. And I have to thank my parents, if you want to know the truth, because they moved when I was a kid right next door to the radio station. Literally, the tower would be right outside that door. That's must have got how closer we were to our hometown radio station, which was 1,000 watts, which actually is 500 watts lower than my hairdryer. And I got my start in radio. Let me tell you another connection tonight. When I found out that I was going to be honored tonight, and I found out that one of the other honorees was Tennessee Army Ford, and I mentioned this to you a moment ago, so I'll tell you what this is about. My first appearance on radio was, I was 4 years old, and it was 1956. Harold Carmichael, what was that like, Dean? I got 1 minute? Oh, God. Oh, no. Anyway, they took me out to the radio station, and I stood on the bench and sang 16 tons when I was 4 years old, because that was a big hit. Right there. That was my start at radio. The Beal family at WRGS, another gave me the opportunity, and I thank them for that because I've been in this business now for 47 years. You can't do this sort of thing without support of family. You've seen so many family members up here. My wife Karen has been with me on this journey. She and I have been married 41 and a half years. She has put up with all this nonsense. Thanks to the kids, Rachel and Dave, their families are here tonight. And Karen, thanks for being celebrated. Karen, you've been wonderful in doing that. T. Clark Miller, our radio producer, is here, who does the Crook and Chase countdown with us. Benny Shipley is here, and I've seen Kyle Cantrell and so many others associated with us. Lorianne Crook is here. Lorianne, thank you for 30 years together as a broadcast partner. We try not to analyze what we do because we don't want to screw it up, because we really enjoy our work. And I must say that since I walked in the door tonight, the night's been filled with hugs, tears, lying, denying, but it's truly a warm feeling, and I am honored. I thank the board, I thank all the people that voted. I'm honored to join my fellow inductees to be included in the Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame.